let's turn to the players. You're obviously with them all the time, and I'm not, but it seems to me like Kenneth Reed's kind of put it into another gear.
Yeah, he has.
And I don't know whether that's because he knows he's going somewhere else and he's out there auditioning for other teams. Come get me if you're a championship team. This is the guy I was during the Olympics. Or B, that he really wants to stay here. Which do you think is more likely true?
I think he wants to stay here. And listen, if it was up to him, Melvin Hunt would definitely be the coach. You can't ask him a question that he won't turn and go, yeah, Melvin Hunt should be the coach here. I mean, it just comes out of him at all times. But it's been very, very interesting to see his play over the last, for in April, about the month or so, because he has completely turned it around. And he looks exactly like the guy who they thought they were getting at the beginning of the season, the same guy that they paid all the money to at the beginning of the season. I think he's going to be around here next year. I do, because especially with the Nuggets' desire to kind of get back to up-tempo basketball, they're going to need guys like Kenneth Reed who run the court, who finish at the rim, who block shots on the other rim, on the other side. So as many of those kind of run and jump athletes as they can collect, I think they'll keep him. So I think he's safe, and I think
he was so out of place when the pace started slowing down. He's not a guy to go to the Indiana Pacers. He's a guy to go to Golden State Warriors if he's going to go somewhere. Someone like that likes to run the basketball, that allow him to use his hustle ability. Because I fell in love with him when he came here in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
and the guy, I mean,
he wrecked Louisville's front court by himself.
He was so good in that, and he's been so good as a hustle person.
Yeah.
Not a lot of great talent there, natural talent. He's not even a very good outside shooter, but just kind of turn him loose and stay out of his way, and he's a guy you want on the team.
And if we're being honest, not only was he not that great a fit in Brian Shaw's system, but he wasn't really interested in playing in that system. I mean, it was both of those things, because I think if you, even if you're not a great fit, but you're trying to be a good fit, I think he still looks better earlier in the season than he did. But those two things combined, it just was, he was not really interested, didn't really like his role, and the role probably wasn't right for him, and it turned into kind of a disaster.
And an update on the other pivotal player for this franchise, Ty Lawson. Is he going south or is he going north?
Right. Yeah, Ty Lawson's been, it's interesting. He's had the most up and down season. I don't know if he'll be here next season. I mean, first of all, we've already had the trade rumors right around the trade deadline with him, and I think those things get a lot more hot and heavy right around the draft, especially as after the Nuggets know exactly what draft lottery spot they're going to be in, and you can identify the teams above you, and just start probing and seeing if you can move up. Would you like this guy, and whatever else, and so I think eventually we'll see Ty probably moved on, as the Nuggets try to improve their spot.
Really, for him, I'll just say it for him. We keep thinking, well, maybe he's learned from this. He doesn't learn from this stuff. He just needs to go somewhere, in my mind, go somewhere else and start over.
Yeah, change the scenery.
And maybe if they don't know you in Dallas, let's just say, that they really pay much attention to. They're going to drag it up a little bit, but people weren't exposed to some of the bad things he's done here or his inconsistencies. I mean, he can go out and have 25 points and 13 assists, and then he disappears for 3 games.
Yeah. So, and the good thing for him is he does have a good name across the league in terms of, he's not known as a bad guy or anything like that. So, if you're looking at Ty Lawson, and you're thinking, okay, we're getting a pretty talented guy who can put up, he can score. Clearly, he can run a team and set guys up for shots. Just as long as his head is engaged the entire season, I think he still has a peak to hit. But that's the question is, will he care enough to
I want to ask you about the draft. This segment is sponsored by John Elway Cadillac of Park Meadows, Colorado's #1 Cadillac.
When you go to buy a car, what do you really want? You probably want a lot of cars to choose from. And you want the dealership's best price. Not some starting price or target price, the best price. And you want it immediately, not after hours of negotiating. And do you want a salesperson who doesn't get paid more if you spend more? Because, well, you don't want to spend more. Well, you're in luck. John Elway wants all of those things too. Better yet, John Elway wants you to have all of those things too. Come see us or click on elwaydealers.com.